Right now at 6, a debate between La Crosse's candidates for mayor. A look at the topics that will be discussed.
And a Chaseburg church vandalized. Hear what one witness told us.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, I'm Emily Brown.
And I'm Ken Kozorowski. La Crosse's two mayoral candidates going head-to-head in a debate tonight.
Here's a live look as the debate is about to kick off. Tonight is one of the last chances for the candidates to distinguish themselves to the public. Both Chris Calo and Shondell Washington Spivey have prioritized housing and supporting small businesses. They will also address issues on the top of voters' minds, like homelessness in La Crosse and affordability.
During the primary, Washington Spivey was the top vote getter, with Calo less than 200 votes behind him. The debate comes at a crucial time for the candidates. La Crosse's in-person absentee voting starts next Tuesday, the 18th. Our own Allison Fergott will have a full recap of the debate tonight at 10.
Representative Derek Van Orden held a D.C. update call today to address voter concerns, including the ongoing DOJ layoffs. Van Orden says the agencies are the ones directly responsible.
The DOJ group got together and they went with the different agencies, and they said that they need to try to target a certain amount of folks for employment. That was handed over to the agencies. So all the people that you've heard about being released from different agencies, that was on the agency itself. It had nothing to do with DOJ.
Coming up at 10, Van Orden talks the Ukraine war and how we've avoided a World War III.
Senator Tammy Baldwin is pushing back against DOJ plans to cut more than 80,000 VA employees. She sent a letter today to the Trump administration opposing the cuts. We spoke with the senator earlier today.
The thing that's probably the most maddening is that they're doing this not to increase efficiency, not to go after fraud or waste, but so they can find room in their budget for a massive new tax break for billionaires and profitable corporations.
Those cuts would also impact staffing at the 988 Veterans Crisis Line.
A bipartisan bill looks to improve pedestrian safety in small communities. Wisconsin Senators Tammy Baldwin and Ron Johnson are backing legislation to make roadways safer for bicyclists and pedestrians. The act will be named in honor of Sarah Debbink Langenkamp, who was killed while riding her bicycle in Bethesda in 2022. If passed, federal funds would be used to cover the local cost of safety projects under the Transportation Alternatives Program. The bill would focus on communities with a population with less than 5,000 people.
WisDOT is reminding folks that Real ID requirements start May 7th. You'll need them to board flights and enter federal buildings. Real IDs are the ones with a white star in the top corner. If your ID doesn't have that star, you'll need to go to your DMV and get one. You'll need original or certified copies of some official documents to prove your identity when you go in. A full checklist is available on wisconsindmv.gov/realid.
A Wisconsin clerk at the center of a ballot probe is suspended. Madison's mayor made the decision. The investigation centers around city clerk Maribeth Witzel-Bell and why almost 200 ballots in the November election were allegedly not counted. The uncounted ballots didn't change the results of any races, but 4 Madison voters whose ballots weren't counted filed claims last week for $175,000 each.
A beautiful warm stretch of weather continues here, back to near 60 today, 60s tomorrow, 70s, continue to warm. Enjoy it, because next week's going to probably be a different story, and in this weekend too. But overall, still fantastic conditions out there this evening, and really no issues to speak of. You can't beat these temperatures, getting back down to just about 42 at 11 p.m. for La Crosse. Overall, conditions very similar for Eau Claire. A few clouds out there, but overall just getting down just to 40 degrees. So really nice. The temperatures overall tonight will probably stay above freezing for most areas. We should be more in the 20s to maybe upper teens for this time of year, but overall light winds, a few clouds, really nice conditions to start off. And tomorrow, as I mentioned, we're going to be back in the 60s most areas, maybe even approaching 70 in a few locations. So another fantastic day. Big picture shows a few high clouds out there, and that's all we're really going to see for the next couple days is high cloud cover as streaming from the west. The big storm that we're watching for Friday evening or Friday night into Saturday, it's just making its way onto the offshore of California with a lot of precipitation there. It's going to take some time time to get across the mountains and then reemerge into the plain states later on. So later on, we'll kind of break down what we're going to be looking like for conditions as we kind of break down and go forward, what the storms look like for Friday evening, and what it looks like going through St. Patrick's Day a little bit later.
All right. Thanks, Craig.
Tonight, we're learning more about a church vandalized in Chaseburg.
And the new details coming from an eyewitness. News 8 Now's Grace Monk has more from the newsroom. Grace.
Two 22-year-olds are in custody after allegedly breaking into St. Peter's Lutheran Church in Vernon County. Emmett Price Rather and Kiet Lin Wu allegedly broke into the church Tuesday afternoon. According to church members, several windows were broken and 2 rooms were trashed. The church's groundskeeper says he noticed a random car outside of the church. When he entered the building, he found the couple inside with a hammer.
I tried to find out who he was and why he was here, and he just avoided the questions, wouldn't tell me nothing. And I noticed he had a hammer in his hand, so I kept my distance from him and finally maneuvered so he walked out the door with his girlfriend, and they got in their car and raced across the lawn.
Schoenberg says church members spent over 2 hours cleaning up the mess. St. Peter's will still hold their Sunday service this weekend. Grace Monk, News 8 Now. Ken and Emily.
Grace, thank you.
Residents evacuated in downtown La Crosse. A reported gas leak forcing the evacuation of the apartments above Legends and Beer House. Police and fire crews were on the scene for about an hour. After a search of the building, and once it was all safe, everyone evacuated was allowed back in.
As spring break travel season approaches, DHS is sharing some ways to protect yourself from measles. As of March 6th, a total of 222 measles cases have been reported nationwide. While there have been no confirmed cases in Wisconsin, less than 85% of children in the state are vaccinated for the disease. That is the second lowest rate in the country. 2 doses of the MMR vaccine are about 97% effective at preventing measles.
The MMR vaccine, making sure you're up to date, is a critical tool in your toolbox for keeping yourself safe and also others around you, especially as we go in this spring break season.
The virus is easily spread from person to person through coughing and sneezing, and the virus can stay in the air for up to 2 hours.
An Eau Claire homeless shelter is facing uncertainty tonight. Funding and staffing shortages are impacting Sojourner House. Catholic Charities of the Diocese of La Crosse says year-round operations could drop to just 6 months. Meanwhile, Catholic Charities and officials are working on possible solutions.
Great Rivers United Way is partnering with a local business as part of their ongoing Impacts program. Impacts supports area children by donating snack packs and hygiene packs. Today it was Hydrite Chemical Company helping the nonprofit join that process.
Saw the need in the community. Our nonprofit partners have the need, of course, and our workplace partners are looking for community engagement opportunities, and we came in and offered this and filled that gap.
Those packs today will benefit local after-school programs and youth services programs.
Mount La Crosse is closed for the season. The mountain originally planned to close after this weekend, but warm conditions are forcing them to close early. They will still host their Mountain Meltdown Party on Saturday to celebrate the successful season.
Serving up hope.
How a group of Wisconsin chefs are helping refugees affected by federal funding cuts. After the break.
Wisconsin, one of those places where families spend their winters among frozen lakes and snow-covered hills. With all the fun they're having, it's easy to take for granted how they warm up by the fire or simply adjusting their thermostat. But for some of us, it's not that easy. Some of us need to decide whether to heat or to eat, or to further neglect our basic survival needs. We are working families, elderly, disabled, and veterans, all struggling to pay record heating bills. These dangerous temperatures aren't just uncomfortable for us, they can be deadly. If you are struggling to decide if you can put food on the table or heat your home, please reach out for a hand up. No one deserves to suffer when we can help each other.
Judge Susan Crawford. Right now, there's a lot of false ads trying to tell you who I am. So I thought I'd tell you myself. As a former prosecutor and now as a judge, I've made sure rapists, murderers, and child predators were behind bars. I believe in protecting your family and your right to privacy, and that women have the right to make their own decisions about their health care. Because to me, that's just common sense. And that's why I'm running for Supreme Court.
A Milwaukee nonprofit that normally helps refugees is now itself in need after federal funding cuts.
Some local chefs recently came together to raise some much-needed funds for the nonprofit. Megan Lee reports.
I walked in and I got emotional because it's been a very challenging 60 days.
6 chefs from around Milwaukee collaborated in the kitchen to prepare a dinner that served as a sign of hope.
So it has braised cauliflower this evening, a little bit of fava beans, and a tomato dill salsa.
It gives you faith that, our community is here for us and to support us.
Sheila Bidwan runs Hanan Refugees Relief Group on Milwaukee's South Side. She tells me the Trump administration cut $90,000 in funding for their nonprofit.
This is critical support, rental support, utilities, food, clothing. We are their lifelines for the first 90 days.
The Wokuma dinner was organized after the cuts by Megan Schultz, a local podcaster, to not only raise the critical funds, but also create awareness for the organization.
And we wanted to do something.
The dinner brought people together for one common purpose: helping others.
I think, belts are going to be tightened for a lot of people. There's going to be a lot of folks out there that are looking for funding for things, and I love to see that people in my neighborhood, in my area, are going to step up and give what they can and help out.
Dee Kirschling was one of many who got to taste the delicious food and have deep conversations about welcoming refugees to the United States.
The support in the community is just, you can taste it in the air as well as in the love in the dishes.
It was a night to break bread and help a community in need.
We'll have more news ahead.
But first,
unfortunately, the dry conditions will come to an end, but not until Friday evening when storms come, which could be severe. We'll track down the temperatures, what they look like, and if the storms will be severe. That coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
When you have a drain backup, you need help fast. From slow drains to clogged mains, we solve it all. Maxwell White has been solving sewer, septic, and drain issues in the La Crosse Coulee region for more than 30 years. Fast, reliable, and professional. Call or book online today.
At US Cellular, you don't have to choose between a great deal on the phone you want and the phone plan that's right for you. You can get both. 4 free phones of your choice and 4 lines for just $90.
Wow, kids, that's like us not having to choose between tickets to wrestling or that puppet musical.
We want a great phone and a great plan too, don't we, little guy?
Get both. 4 free phones of your choice plus 4 lines for $90. No trade-in needed. US Cellular, built for us.
To everyone who believes in tradition, come enjoy a few of ours from Wisconsin.
People in Wisconsin love a good fish fry.
Really love. And we love sharing it with guests everywhere.
At Culver's, we still batter our North Atlantic cod by hand to order.
And we cook it to a crispy, golden perfection just for you.
For you.
For you.
So it's crispy outside, flaky inside.
Let us take care of you. With some homegrown traditions we were raised on.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
At Spectrum, we believe every day unlocks unlimited possibilities to bring you closer to the people and places you love. Spectrum transforms your gaming experience into a galaxy of adventures. And with the fastest, most reliable internet, you're always front row to the entertainment you love, no matter where you are. Get Spectrum Internet Premier for $30 per month when bundled plus a 3-year price guarantee. Call 1-833-440-0029. Spectrum Internet puts streaming live TV, sports, and popular apps all at your fingertips.
This is Curtis O'Brien, a convicted felon. He sexually assaulted a 5-year-old Wisconsin girl. multiple times. Judge Susan Crawford could have given him 60 years in prison, but she let him walk. 2 years in prison. That's it. While his victim lives with the scars forever. She even let the predator live across the street from an elementary school. That was Crawford's choice. Another dangerous decision from Susan Crawford, putting all our kids at risk. She's just wrong for Wisconsin.
Slow or clogged sink, toilet, or main drain? Maxwell White can help. Ask about our $99 mainline drain opening special. Includes a free camera inspection. Address the root problem now to avoid costly repairs or future damage. Call or book online today.
You've had a nice stretch of weather here. Temperatures really feeling like more mid-April, end of April. But that will come to an end this weekend and especially next week, so get out and enjoy it. Since we got 60s more tomorrow, the record high temperatures, mid-70s, even upper 70s possible Friday. That will come with some wind in the afternoon especially. Thunderstorms are probably between about 8 to about midnight. Severe maybe between 8 and 11, so the evening commute shouldn't be impacted. And yeah, there could be severe damaging wind is probably the one thing we're going to keep an eye on. And then showers Saturday, more Saturday morning. I think the wind will be more of a story in the afternoon. And yes, we could get some mix going in Saturday night, so some snow could mix in or turn all to snow, but not expecting significant accumulation. But Saturday night doesn't look that really pleasant if you got St. Patrick's Day plans for this weekend too. Overall for tomorrow, we're looking at temperatures more mid to upper 60s, could be a 70 out there. Fantastic day. Light winds, a few clouds. Now look at these low temperatures going into Friday. This could set records just for how warm it is going into Friday morning. We're lucky to get just below 50, so it's definitely going to be a warm start to Friday, and that'll help then temperatures obviously get further up. Cloud cover will be out there, mid and high level clouds, but still enough sun to get us temperatures up into the mid to potentially upper 70s. Maybe an outside shot of some areas getting 80. That southeast wind will start picking up in the afternoon. Gusts could be over 40 at times. This definitely could be a fire weather threat if we had a little bit relative humidity lower. If you go further south into Iowa, they have some fire weather issues going on, but definitely not a day to be burning given all the fuels that are dormant or not greened up quite yet. These gusts will continue throughout the evening hour. That's why I think the severe threat is more leaning towards the wind threat, given they're already going to be moving and we're already going to have winds out that level. So here's your severe threat. The enhanced one, which is higher, is further to the south. I kind of skipped over that. The slight goes all the way up to Winona. That is where we're going to see potentially the level 2, which is really, as I mentioned, the wind threat's going to be probably the highest given the speed of the wind already. Hail and tornadoes, less of a threat. Obviously flooding not much of a threat with this too, but it is early. These will be moving quite quickly, so it won't last too long. Give you an idea, we'll probably have this arcing line all the way down to Iowa with these thunderstorms developing sometime in the afternoon. By the time we get to about 8, a little after 8:30, it'll begin to approach the area, pretty much kind of a northwest, a southeast line rotating through the area. So between that, by the time we get to 10, 11, it'll begin to kind of really weaken at this point and push north. So by the time we get to midnight, a lot of the activity will push off to the east, and for the rest of the night, fairly quiet as this really low you can see wrapped up. The next chance of rain comes in probably Saturday morning as the low comes right overhead. That could be a wet morning for some areas through about 10, 11, followed by probably more wind in the afternoon, and then here's the snow on the backside coming through potentially for Saturday night. Not expecting accumulation, but if you have plans out there, that could reduce visibility, and the roads will go below freezing, so you might have some slick spots going to Sunday. Sunday's definitely going to feel more like the end of February, early March with temperatures struggling in 40. The good news, St. Patrick's Day looks wonderful. Tuesday looks great. And then Wednesday, keep an eye on that because that could involve some accumulating snow for some areas Wednesday into Thursday. But in the meantime, enjoy this very nice weather for the next couple days.
I know, I hope not. I put my snow pants away, Greg. Can't get them out.
It's April we got,
yeah. A lot of variability over the next 30 days for sure.
But through Friday, you'll love it.
All right. Thanks, Greg. Coming up next in sports, work for the Warriors. Caledonia girls preparing to face one of the top talents the state has ever seen. Plus, the Gophers in action in the Big Ten tournament against Northwestern. Jacob is next.
Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, your choice for quality, affordable windows, installed by our experienced team. Contact us or stop into our showroom today for your free estimate.
Dreaming of a new ride? Apply today at driveultra.org and make your dream a reality. Hey, dogs can dream too. Ultra Federal Credit Union.
Tax refund season is here, and Wesco on Sparta is making it more fun than ever. Dreaming of a brand new sectional or that comfy bed you've been eyeing? Now's the time to treat yourself. Save 20% all month long on furniture and bedding, just in time to make your home the talk of the group chat. Have fun with your tax refund and make your space shine with Wesco and Sparta. Your home, your style, your savings, your Wesco. Tell them Payton sent you.
Verizon and AT&T announced price hikes a total of 10 times in the past 2 years. Doesn't that blow your mind? Families can switch to T-Mobile and get all the benefits of their plans while saving 20%. T-Mobile blows the competition away.
T-Mobile will also give you up to $800 when you switch.
Mind blown. Is that a jet engine?
Go to T-Mobile.com to see how families can save 20% and get $800.
That's lunch.
I want to drive a big truck.
College, tuition, bills. Someday I'll get that new truck.
This is just where we're at right now. Someday you'll get that big truck.
We've waited 40 years for this Denali, and it's beautiful. Is the big truck next?
Some kids just never grow up.
Your life, your money, your way. Ultra's A+ accounts are made for you. No monthly fees, no minimum balance, no hassle. Now that's something to dance about. What are you waiting for? Open an account online today.
Covering all the exciting action from your community. Here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lenzendorf. Big Ten tournament getting underway on the men's side this afternoon. Winner of the Gophers and Northwestern will take on the Badgers in the quarterfinals tomorrow. Early in this one, the senior second teamer Dawson Garcia with the pretty stroke from the corner to put Minnesota up 1. Then Gophers trailing by 6 before Garcia is going to facilitate this time and kick it to Isaac Asuma. His attempt from the wing is money, drawing Minnesota closer. But the Wildcat offense with a big second half. This pretty much sums up the day for Gopher fans. KJ Wyndham somehow gets the corner 3 to drop. Nick Martinelli had 28 for Northwestern in this one as the Wildcats pick up the first win of the Big Ten tournament and will take on Wisconsin tomorrow around 1:30. And it's a huge matchup in Minnesota tonight in MSHSL Girls Hoops. The state tournament is here and the Caledonia girls will have their hands full later at 8, taking on the 3-seed Minnehaha Academy Redhawks. Redhawks' Addie Mack is second in Minnesota girls history in scoring at over 4,500 points in her career. First trip to state for the Warriors since 2019. And it's time for the last batch of nominees for the News 8 Play of the Week in the winter sports season. Kicking things off at number 1, Team State Wrestling last Friday. Holman's Caleb Eggerichs with the big-time throw, and he would seal the deal with the fall moments later. Vikings won their opening duel over Muskego before falling to Kaukauna in the semis. Coming in at number 2, this dude was a straight-up flamethrower in the first half of last Saturday's NCAA Division III second-round game against St. Norbert's. UWL's Dustin DeRusso ripping the cords from downtown. He had 5 first-half threes in the Eagles' 77-67 win. At number 3, regional semi-action in West Salem. Panthers Spencer Camel with the quick hands. Then check out the pass to Brennan Anderson, who's going to throw it ahead to Nathan Dillber for the easy lay-in. The extra effort on full display. West Salem in sectional action tomorrow versus Onalaska. More good defense on display for the 4th nominee, Caledonia's Reed Klug, picking a Zambroda Mazeppa pocket, and the big man goes up for the two-handed jam. That is some pretty impressive athleticism by the senior right there. Warriors are 1 win from his state tournament appearance themselves. And finally, at number 5, Aquinas had their hands full with Fall Creek last Saturday, but Logan Becker with 26 points to help lift the Blue Golds to a 60-51 victory. The junior cleared for takeoff right here with the aggressive tomahawk throwdown. So there are your choices. Voting will be live shortly after this show. We'll have the link on our News 8 Facebook page as well, so spread the word there. We'll let you know who won during the 6 on Friday. So guys, last batch. Yeah. Some great plays.
Yeah.
Sure. What are we
I
thinking?
like the tomahawk throwdown expression, so I'm going in for that.
Yes.
Did I say it wrong? Tomahawk. Tomahawk. Yeah.
That's a good one. Love the environment in the field house for any wrestling highlight.
Yes.
That's a good throw.
Yes.
I think just just the atmosphere is making me think, ooh, that one could get a lot of votes.
I bet you that was great.
Absolutely.
Yep. Good stuff. Thanks, guys.
Good list. Thanks, Jacob.
Okay, more news right after this.
Meeting you locally where you are online. Get breaking news or other quick links. Follow us on X at News 8 News.
It's hard to explain what this feels like. Moving piles of earth, towing up to 4,000 pounds, cutting millions of blades of grass. We could keep trying to put it into words, but nothing compares to experiencing it for yourself. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit Tractor Central, take a seat, and see for yourself why nothing runs like a deer. Start now at TractorCentral.com.
Searching for gold at the end of the rainbow? Well, you can find it here at the King Furniture St. Patrick's Day sale. Get Shamrock with savings up to 60% off, plus 0% free financing, recliners, sofas, sectionals, and more. It's all here and it's all in stock and ready to be delivered. Plus, shop special savings in our incredible Lazy Boy Showcase. Let the shenanigans begin at the King Furniture St. Patrick's Day sale. Don't miss it.
Get solar and get saving with Olson Solar Energy.
The biggest thing I want to get across to people, whether it's via email or voicemail or text, is we are a local Wisconsin family-owned turnkey solar company.
We have project managers that will walk you through the process, keep you informed along the way, and make sure that the communication is the best that it can be.
All the financial benefits are awesome. And then on top of that, it's green energy. How can you lose?
All right, enjoy the nice conditions. We should have 70s Friday. The storms come in Friday evening after 8, so you got plans. Definitely stay tuned. Could be severe storms coming through about 10. Back to more March-like weather, especially going into Sunday. Definitely going to feel cold, but the good news is for St. Patrick's Day, beautiful conditions too.
We're getting a little bit of luck on that day. It looks good.
Unfortunately for St. Patrick's Day activities for Saturday night, it may not be that great.
The parades for Saturday.
Yeah, and all that stuff may not be great.
That's all right.
But, you know.
It's March weather.
It is.
You never really know what you're going to get.
Yes. Very true.
All right,
Thanks,
that
Greg.
does it for us at 6.
Hope to see you at 10.